absolutely, well, bandana off for this video because I am seething and I am absolutely mad. And no, my video headline today is definitely not clickbait because I woke up this morning feeling absolutely frustrated, not because Juliana Morgan with the huge boobies was next to me in my bed, but YouTube is shadow banning me again. It's awful. I don't like it, and it's now left me in a very precarious position of what I do going forward with this channel. So just to give you a bit of a context, folks, a rather broader breadth of what's been going on with me, and I might have a bit more of a Joker smile today because when you freeze frame me in any pause in this video, I don't want to look like this. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So, in case you don't know, I received a second warning from YouTube not long after my first one. Now, I'll get into that in a minute, but basically, and obviously I've seen Smash JT go through this at the moment with his Alana Pierce video, and it's quite funny with that one because when Jeff was doing a breakdown on why he was also hit with a warning, it was because there's a video, there's a still that Jeff used, and I'm gonna pin it right here, where Alana is streaming, but because she's got her knees up, at first cursory glance, it looks like her boobs or her cleavage is in full effect. That's what I thought. YouTube, rather, has actually now said that violates their terms of services concerning nudity and sexuality. It is so utterly ridiculous. As much as I worship AI, it's also a detriment to you being a creator on this platform. And in fact, I've seen other content creators this week suffer fools gladly. Their Patreon accounts have been invaded by the Russians, all their content has been stolen and re-uploaded for free. So I guess if there's a content creator that you can't stand and you want to see what they've been hiding behind a paywall, well, now's your time to do it, folks. But let's just get into this because I think you might find this rather interesting. So before we do anything else, let's do a Google search for Alana Pierce, the Australian streamer. And yeah, I know YouTube will probably get mad at this now. They're going to flag this video immediately for content that violates their sexuality policies and nudity. And Alana Pierce makes me laugh actually because when you think about it, when she was at IGN, she was looking rough around the edges, right? But then when she became a Twitch partner and streamer, she was obviously viewing her competitors like Miss Amaranth right here and just basically wanted to be like them. So Alana Pierce falls into that trap of, if you've got boobs and you know it, you want your viewers to simp for you, right? They want to like gather around the television screen like a hungry pack of wolves and slather all over you. That's what she's doing, and it's obviously worked for her. So again, I'm just doing this quick Google search just to infuriate the YouTube gods up there, because apparently when it comes to biological women, folks, YouTube has a problem with them. So I'm wondering who makes up their collective team of humanoids out there in California that does all these random checks on people's videos. And I will show you as well, folks, the actual video clip that got me in a bit of hot water. And in fact, when I do show it, which will be in a few seconds from now, I'm gonna have to blur out the offending articles because apparently I've used this so many times in other videos, it never got flagged once. Now it got flagged again, and it's giving me my second warning on this channel, which is annoying.
Keith here. Welcome to a show in a glass of its own.
Yes, Thames Television, the station with knockers. Excuse me, there's one now. Yes, can I help you?
Now, when I look at my YouTube dashboard, this is where it currently stands. 14,696 subscribers. By the way, folks, this is not a video as a call of action. It's merely my concerns today. It has fluctuated. I was actually 14,000 702 this week, and now it's dropped down. It then dropped down to 14,692, and this morning it's gone back up by 4 subscribers. It's absolutely bizarre. And if you just look at my channel right here, or the studio part of the channel, it says active community guideline strikes, a warning. So if you click on the actual warning part itself, this is what it says. So, your content was removed due to a violation of our community guidelines. You received a warning. If you select take action, you can appeal if you think we got it wrong. And you can also take an optional training course to remove the warning after 90 days. So for those of you who don't know, folks, that in the old days of YouTube, when you got a strike, or rather when you got a warning, it was considered a strike. Now they've put this 90-day period, and if you're a woman and you wear a tampon, that makes more sense, doesn't it? Oh, I'm gonna get a warning again, look at that. So I did contest this, and I will say that on YouTube's part, they're probably right this time, but again, it beggars belief that an introduction I've used for more than 2 years suddenly gets flagged because AI saw a bit of nipple and it got mad. Which again, when you see the educational videos out there, the so-called educational, where you have your hand ready with a box of tissues, apparently those are safe for YouTube. So ridiculous. So warning was implemented on March the 21st of this year and will expire June the 20th. Content deleted by the user. By deleting this content, you won't be able to appeal it. But that's the problem with your YouTube. I did appeal it, but I don't know who you've got sat in your San Francisco office, but they clearly disagreed with my opinions. But I completed that training course for the 2nd time, which is absolutely annoying. On a good day, this will probably get about 2,000 views. And I'm a guy, it's not about the subscribers as much, it's more about the views. And I really do, I mean, I call it envy, but people like get 3,000 views within 1 hour of uploading a video. I actually admire that. I'm like, oh my God, why can't I get the same thing? I don't know. It's just maybe my morbid personality. Maybe I'm one of those people that you see on the streets and you think, oh my God, I'm gonna walk on the other side of the road. And quite frankly, I wouldn't blame you either. According to YouTube, my most popular videos are the Indie Robin fan film you probably didn't know about, IGN begs Capcom not to remake Resident Evil 5, and Nexon CEO confirms that players want jiggle physics. Now look at the views, 53,000, 28,000, 26,000. What did I do here, I wonder? I'm just curious.
Let me know when an
30 dislikes, that's interesting.
Out on any opportunity.
Yeah, okay, dude, go away.
Round 1, fight!
Oh, that was a genius intro, my God. No, piss off, YouTube. Oh, and speaking of which, folks, you know I'm a man of culture. I appreciate the finer things in life, especially a good-looking woman who's biologically sound. Well, very interesting article. So interesting. YouTube says, according to them, I should be making more content like this to appeal to the viewers. And to be honest, I've done exactly that, but for some odd reason, I just keep getting shadow banned. They don't push that content out, and it is what it is. I mean, take for example, 1 year ago, I've got 21,000 views on a video, which is not great because 21,000 views in a day is more impressive than over the course of maybe a year or more. Do you know what I mean? So the emails I've got here, folks, now, according to what they say, and this is the language that they always use, which I truly do not appreciate. So on the 13th of September, 2024, it looks like Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, the remastered video game, IGN refuses to re-review because it's sexist, that's my video, didn't follow our community guidelines. Now, we think your content didn't follow the sex and nudity policy, which is so stupid because the clip, I'm not going to show it to you again now, because if I do, it'll probably get me a third warning now. But it was basically an old trailer, which, by the way, if I go to that old trailer now, let me just take a look at it quickly.
A few moments later.
So have a look, folks. This is the trailer that I reacted to 13 years ago, by the way. There is no restriction. It's not a restricted video. And the offending shot in the trailer is a Dutch angle of Miss Juliet Starr's skirt as she's running towards mowing a zombie down, or a horde of them, right? And it's like a cheeky angle where you see her underwear. But YouTube struck me with a warning because of that, because YouTube are a bunch of morons. So again, we have reviewed your appeal following Lollipop Chain Store, and yeah, they just didn't agree. We confirm that it violates our sex and nudity policy. We know this is probably disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all, which is bullshit, by the way, because they don't do that. Hence why the mainstream media always highlights YouTube for encouraging, shall we say, certain horrific acts of violence in the UK and maybe in America where guns are concerned. But YouTube doesn't have a problem with that, but it has a problem with nudity, which is bizarre. So 6 months later, more or less, this now happens. My video, Assassin's Creed Shadows player count, is a disaster for Ubisoft and gets destroyed by Yasuke Simulator. So when you look at that, you think, oh, what could be the offending article on this one? It was that blur, that introduction I showed you earlier on in the video. That's what caused me to get this second warning. Again, what did they say here? What we found. We think your content didn't follow our sex and nudity policy. Blah, and all that usual bullshit. And the example is the first 10 seconds of the video. And it's that introduction. That's what it was. It was nothing else. They have reviewed it and they've confirmed it's not allowed under our sex and nudity policy. It is such a load of bullshit. Take the optional 7-day policy training. Can we get that now, actually? It'd be quite funny, actually. No, you don't. You don't get it because I've already taken it. But it is truly annoying that, you know, I've not had a strike on this channel so far, which is great, I suppose, but it's also very frustrating, folks, because now I'm at that decision point in my life where, what do I do with this channel? Do I just leave it up and running, or do I be like Rich Review Tech and delete it? I might even put a poll up later on, actually, and I'll tell you what decision I have come to at this moment in time. And I won't delete this channel because I remember Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers saying a while back that he's got numerous other channels that he's not paid attention to in years, but they keep gathering new subscribers. So I think I'm going to take a leaf out of his wise book and do the same thing with this channel, because I had another video to go today here. Well, apart from this one, I was going to upload a new one for tomorrow, but I'm going to save that actually for a brand new channel I'm going to work on in the next few days. I'm also migrating away from Microsoft. I can't stand them anymore. I'm pretty sure that Bill Gates is a PDF, if you know what I mean. No wonder his wife Melinda left him. I don't blame her. And I'm just going to be using brand new systems, all open source, to create my new video. And actually my indoor studio, my bedroom, is getting reworked in the next few days too. So the next time you see me, I will be at a different angle. It's frustrating, folks. It really is. I've worked so hard on this channel, and if I were to delete this channel, and I hope I'd never have to, I don't want to, I'm being selfish to you guys, because at the end of the day, there are old videos of mine I go back and watch and I think to myself, oh my God, I did that, I said that. And I'm sure many of you will do the same as well. You'll go back and watch some of my old film reviews, which I'm really proud of. Split Second with Rutger Hauer is still one of the most funniest things I've done. Didn't get a ton of views, but at the end of the day, while I think views are extremely important, more than subscribers. I just enjoyed making the hell out of it. And you know what? When it comes to how I even got to this situation, I think it was down to Stellar Blade, because that's when I shifted my video from just talking, or my channel from talking about what's going on with movies and how they're so bad, to why video games are so bad. And I did this like when Stellar Blade came out. I did it around that point, and then when I uploaded that first video, and it had the guys from Digital Foundry all grimacing and grinning at Eve from that game, it got 1,000 views within an hour, and my mind was just blown at that point. I thought, oh shit. And by the next day, it had like an incredible amount of views. I thought, holy shit. So I capitalized on it, and it became great. But the problem is, here's the problem now, folks. When you're in that niche of people that call out bad things in video games and films, you become your own echo chamber of sorts. You're competing with other people. I've got a bigger audience than you, and it becomes a bit, for me, it becomes frustrating, because if I'm like a wet fart in the wind. Like, I'll release a video, and I could even actually jump ahead of the curve and get to a topic that no one's done yet. But when I do it, nothing happens. When somebody else finally catches on, they get thousands of views. So what can you do? It's a frustrating hill to climb. And I don't know if I can keep climbing that hill, folks. It's absolutely frustrating. And ironically, the division that I've seen recently isn't between me and the viewers or people that have seen my channel for the first time. It's between me and other content creators. And it hasn't been a real big blowout on my part, but I can see certain things have actually happened. And it's like, no, you can kind of, so I think at the end of the day, I'm going to take a leaf out of Clownfish TV's book, which is, I'm going to report on news I want to talk about, not what everybody else is talking about. I think that's the big mistake I've made in the last few months. And again, I did a simple thing on Assassin's Creed Shadows, and again, while the only thing that violated YouTube's TOS of nudity, which, by the way, Team YouTube, you've got to do better, guys. You really have to. Stop relying on AI to filter out content, or going back to legacy content from 6 or 10 years ago, where that suddenly becomes problematic. You can't do that. And that's why it's so frustrating at the moment for me to continue making videos on this channel. So like I said, folks, I'm gonna leave this channel up. I probably won't upload any new videos after this one. What a shame, because one of my favorite subscribers, I'm just gonna call him Mike, has gifted me Expedition 33. Now, I told you during the week that I had bought the game already, but I hadn't installed it yet. So Mike, my man, he says, listen, dude, just get your refund and I'll gift you the game. So that's what he's done, and I'm very grateful. So what a shame, because I wanted to actually do a review of that game and upload it on this channel, but I know for a fact it won't get many views, because again, YouTube is doing this stupid thing now. When you get a warning, you get shadow banned. You don't get recommended in the algorithm for YouTube. And yes, while my last few videos have done reasonably well, especially the Predator Badlands one, it still hurts my effort in getting out there and making people aware. Resharing on Twitter X doesn't really help, or telling other people to go and subscribe. The call to action stuff is bullshit, to be honest. So I'm not left with much else, but I'm going to take a step back after this video and dream up a new crazy channel name for my new channel. And obviously mistakes have been made here, and I've learned from them, and I'm going to take them forward to the brand new channel, whatever that's going to be called. If you have any suggestions, by the way, DM me on Twitter and let me know, or on the business email address I have here. Send me your suggestions. It's still going to be steeped in 80s and 90s and even more vintage pop culture before those decades. Definitely going to be that. I'm looking just for a new crazy wacky channel name that encapsulates all of that stuff. I did try ChatGPT, And honestly, their suggestions were pretty terrible. It couldn't even think of Kung Fu Hot Dog when I gave it a suggestion. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do going forward, and then look, by the time that happens, I'll let you guys know, and hopefully you'll come and join me on that channel, and we'll see what journey we embark on with that one. But of course, folks, one thing that will not change even on the brand new channel is how I sign off. So if I were you and if you were me, you should definitely return, except maybe on the new channel, and I'll catch you catching me on the brand new video.